आलये सुन्दराकारं सदैकप्रियदर्शनम् अज्ञाननाशकं देवं सद्गुरुं मुरलीधरम्
योगो योगविदां नेता पradhAnapurusheshvarah nArasimhavapuh shrImAn keshavah purushOttamah Yogaya Namaha.
Yoga is defined as Chitta Vritti Nirodha in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. Chitta Vritti means the activities of mind. But what is mind? Mind is nothing but a collection of thoughts. So Chitta Vritti Nirodha means controlling our mind or thoughts. Srimad Bhagavatam says all the spiritual sadhanas, the end purpose of all the spiritual sadhanas is to subjugate this mind. Dhanam swadharmo niyamo yamascha shrutam cha karmani cha sadvratani sarve mano nigraha lakshanantaha parohi yogo manasas samadhihi. It says the end purpose of all the sadhanas is controlling or subjugating this mind, which is the highest yoga. Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavad Gita also quotes Jnanendriyani sarvani nigrihya manasasaha ekatva bhavana yogaha kshetragya paramatmanoho. He says yoga is attaining oneness with Bhagavan by controlling all our senses, all our indriyas and mind. That Bhagavan who is attained by this yoga is called yogaha. Sri Parashara Bhattar says Bhagavan is called yogaha because he is the means for attaining him. Yoga can mean union. Yoga can also mean sadhana or means to attain something, to attain an end. And Parashara Bhattar says Bhagavan is the means to attain Bhagavan. There is no other way to attain Bhagavan than holding on to Bhagavan himself. He is the one who can take us there. So he is called yogaha. That's why in a very beautiful Madhurageetham, our Guru Maharaj sings Yugalame sadhanam, yugalame sadhyam, yugalam, yugalam, yugalam.
Yogavidam netRe Namaha.
Bhagavan is called yogavidAm netA because he is the leader of knowers of yoga. Now, who is called a knower of yoga? Yogam vidanti, vicharayanti, jananti, labhanta, itiva yogavidaha. They who inquire into, realize and acquire yoga, they are called yogavida, and Bhagavan is the leader of such knowers of yoga, so he is called yogavidAm netA. Tesham netA. But why is he called the leader of these yogis? Because Jnaninam yogakshema vahanadineti yogavidAm netA. Because Bhagavan takes care of the yogakshema of such yogis, so he is called yogavidAm netA. What is yogakshema? Apraptasya praptihi yogaha tat rakshanam kshemaha. Attaining that which is unattainable is called yoga and protecting it is called kshema. Bhagavan sees to it that we attain even that which might be unattainable, and not just that, he sees to it that it stays with us. That is why it is called yogakshemam, and Bhagavan himself has promised in Sri Bhagavad Gita Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Bhagavan says, I shall take care of my devotees who constantly remember me. In a very beautiful Madhurageetham on Panduranga, our Guru Maharaj gives a list of devotees who constantly remembered Bhagavan and how Bhagavan took care of their yogakshema. Senanayi tantolilai marandu kirtanam seyya முடிசூடிய மன்னனுக்கு முடிவெட்ட சென்றானே. He tells how Bhagavan took care of all the mundane activities of his devotees. That is how Bhagavan loves, and that's how he takes care of those devotees who constantly remember him.
pradhAnapurusheshvarah namaha.
Pradhanam means Prakriti or Maya, the deluding potency of Bhagavan. Purusha here means Jiva. Pradhanam Prakritihi Maya Purusho Jivaha Tayoho Ishvaraha pradhAnapurusheshvarah. Bhagavan is the Lord of both Prakriti and Purusha, and so Bhagavan is called pradhAnapurusheshvarah. Prakriti is insentient. Just like a vehicle cannot drive on its own, Prakriti cannot operate on its own. It needs Bhagavan to operate it and direct it. It is under the control of Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, I am the Ishvara of this Maya. Maya is Bhagavan's Shakti. It is under his control, and Bhagavan is the controller. That is why if we try to win over Maya, it is very difficult. Instead, we pray to Bhagavan to take us across this Maya. In the Madhurageetham, our Guru Maharaj beautifully sings, Unmaya enum peyai oru kanathil vilaki. Our Guru Maharaj prays to Bhagavan to remove the screen of Maya in a moment, because only Bhagavan can actually do it. So Bhagavan is the Ishvara of Prakriti. Though Jiva is sentient, he is not Swatantra, he is not independent. If a Jiva is independent, he should be able to choose how, where or when he should be born. But that does not happen, is it not? So a Jiva is also Ishvara Tantra. That's why in a Madhurageetham on Premika Varadan, our Guru Maharaj calls Premika Varada as Jiveshwara, Jiveshwara, Jiveshwara Premika Varada. He says he is the Jiveshwara. So Bhagavan is the Lord of both Maya, which is the cause of bondage, and Jiva, the one who is bound. So Bhagavan is called pradhAnapurusheshvarah.
nArasimhavapuh namaha.
Bhagavan is called nArasimhavapuh because he assumed the form of a man lion, Narasimha, to protect his most beloved devotee, Prahlada. Narasya simhasya cha avayava yasmin lakshyante tad vapuh yasya sa nArasimhavapuh. When Prahlada, a mere 5-year-old child, boldly proclaimed that Bhagavan was there everywhere, Bhagavan appeared in the form of Narasimha. He descended in the form of Narasimha when Prahlada's father, Hiranyakashipu, broke a pillar to test the words of Prahlada. Pillai sol kettu tulli எழுந்தவன் தூணை பிளக்கவே அங்கு தோன்றினான் சிம்ஹம் தோன்றினான் நரசிம்ஹம் தோன்றினான். Our Guru Maharaj sings in Sri Madhurageetham very beautifully. Pillai sol kettu tulli எழுந்தவன். Srimad Bhagavatam also says, Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanaha adrishyata atyadbhuta rupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam na mrigam na manusham. Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam. Sri Bhagavatam says, just to make the words of Prahlada true, Bhagavan appeared in the form of Narasimha. If he had to come for Prahlada, he could have come even as Narayana. But he took this particular form also to keep the words of Hiranyakashipu, of Brahmaji, of Naradji. So Guru Maharaj, in another Kirtan, he says, Sakala Vakya Paripalanaya. Bhagavan took care of the words of all his devotees, and so he appeared in this unique form as Lord Narasimha. Sri Parashara Bhattar says, Bhagavan took this form of Narasimha to show how he removes all the impediments or the obstacles in the path of devotion. He says, the moment we call out to Bhagavan, Bhagavan appears there immediately, taking a very divine form and removes all the fears of his devotees.
Srimate namaha.
Bhagavan is called shrImAn because Sri Devi ever resides on his Vakshasthala and never leaves him even for a moment. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam says, Shrihi Vasati Anapayini. Azhwar also reflects the same sentiment when he sings Agalagillen Irayum Yendru Alarmel Mangai Urai Marba. Since the goddess of prosperity never leaves Bhagavan and always resides on his Vakshasthala, he is called shrImAn. Bhagavan is also called shrImAn because he has the most beautiful form. In the previous Nama, we saw Bhagavan is called nArasimhavapuh. The moment we think of Narasimhavatara, we are mostly reminded of the terrifying form of Bhagavan, the Ugra Rupa. Here, Bhagavan is called shrImAn right after that to remind us that Bhagavan does not have a terrifying form, but that Narasimha Rupa itself was a very beautiful form. It was the most pleasant form that Bhagavan took, it seems. So he is called shrImAn. Sri Parashara Bhattar says, Saundarya Lavanyadibihi Ati Manohara Divya Rupaha. He has the most enchanting and divine form. That is why our Guru Maharaj, while singing about Lord Narasimha, he also sings Naramrigalingo Swarupa Sundarakaro Navavidha Bhakti Priya Muralidhara Nuto. He says Naramrigalingo Swarupa Sundarakaro.
Keshavaya Namaha.
Bhagavan is called Keshavah because he has very beautiful hair. Abhirupaha Kesha Yasyasa. Sri Parashara Bhattar also says Bhagavan has Snigdha Neela Kutila Kuntalaha. In Ramayana, we find Vishwamitra Maharishi say Kakapaksha Dharam Veeram. He is enchanted by the lovely, curly, dark, dense locks of Sri Rama. Not just this Maharishi, but the king, Janaka Maharaja, Sita Devi, and even Shurpanaka, they are totally enchanted by this beautiful hair of Bhagavan. So he is called Keshavah. Our Guru Maharaj also describes this beautiful hair of Bhagavan in his Madhurageetham. Karumugil Vannam Konda Meniyum Surul Surulana Adarnda Keshamum. He sings Surul Surulana Adarnda Kesham. So Bhagavan is called Keshavah. Ka means Brahma, A means Vishnu, and Isha means Lord Shiva. So Kesha means the Trinity or the Trimurti of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Since Bhagavan is the Lord of this Trinity, he is called Keshavah. And Bhagavan is also called Keshavah because he killed the Asura called Keshi.
purushOttamaya Namaha.
Bhagavan is called purushOttamah because he is the foremost among all the men. He is foremost among all the Purushas. So he is called purushOttamah. Bhagavan himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Yasmat ksharam atitoham aksharadapi chottamaha atosmi loke vedecha prathitaha purushOttamah. All that is destructible is called kshara and all that is indestructible is called akshara. This physical universe or the sthula prapancha is kshara and the sukshma prapancha or the subtle universe is akshara. Bhagavan says, I am superior to both this kshara and akshara, so I am purushOttamah. Sri Parashara Bhattar says, Bhagavan is purushOttamah because he is distinctly different from all the achetanas, jivas, muktas and nityas. In Sri Madhurageetham, our Guru Maharaj beautifully addresses Bhagavan as Uttamane Malavane Muralidharane. He calls him as Uttama because Bhagavan is purushOttamah. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Radhe Radhe.